What's up, people? It's Professor Parkinson again for the next installment of our solo guitar concepts series. Today we're going to tackle something a little different. We're going back to fingerstyle after the second primer. And the first one we did a little reggae, which has very sort of static top chords rhythmically, and the bass is a little more active. Now today we're going to look at a style that has more activity in the top part and less in the bass, and that's going to be Bossa Nova or Samba. And for the example that I'll play, first I'll just play over one chord just so you guys can hear what happens here. So I'll just take a D7 for instance, which is, I'm voicing it like this. The D is played with the ring finger on the A string on the 5th fret, then 4th fret with your middle finger on the D string for the F sharp, pinky on the C, which is the 5th fret of the G, and then index finger is playing the root again up top on the 3rd fret of the B string. And then you're going to alternate the bass note with the one, the string beneath it. So from the D, you're going to play, so the bass motion is going to be on 1 and 3. So if it were, here's the click, so it'd be, okay. Now the chord part is going to be something like, or rhythmically. Make sure you got that locked in with the metronome before you try to do both together. And what that's going to be like is this. That is the authentic Bossa Nova rhythm. As far as the polyrhythmic sort of laying on top of one another of the guitar and bass, quote-unquote, parts. Now the tune that I'm going to use for the example that I'll show you, I'll just walk through it, is a song by Antonio Carlos Jobim called Corcovado, and it starts on that D7. Now I play it chord melody style sometimes, but first I'll just show you guys the straight rhythm, and I'll do it over a metronome, again, still at the same tempo. Oh, hey, that's lovely. That's A440 in case you guys needed to tune. Sick. Okay, so here it is. 1, 2, 3. At the end there, of course, I started kind of getting a little bit freer and not playing it so rigidly. So what I'll show you now is basically just a freer, without the metronome, I'll just do a chord melody style interpretation. Now the melody of the tune is, let me see if I can remember the melody. Something along those lines is where it starts off like, and you'll hear me playing that here. Watch. So 1, 2, 3. like around one chorus of the tune. So basically what I did there is just, you know, sparsely interject the bass line at certain points to make it a little bit more rhythmic at that point. And that's what we're going to get into later, is crafting your solo arrangements to, you know, I wouldn't say that was crafted, that was just improvised. So I just, you know, went between this, that, and the other. Now the other thing I wanted to talk about real quick is, I'm going to put this click back on. Now, originally we did our Bossa Nova, the rhythm, say if I just took a G minor 7 chord, flat, you know, and then the bass note here, the 5th, so if I went, that was our rhythm. Now, there's also what they call Samba, which is essentially just a double time bossa nova. So the style where you hear like the kick going tutum 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 tutum. So I'm just basically playing everything twice as fast. The subdivisions become, instead of 8th notes, they become 16th notes. So the bass now is on every beat. Same thing with Corcovado, 2, 3, 4. Etc. So basically what you want to do is just drill that rhythm into your head with just one chord, you know. With any chord you feel comfortable with. Now you don't have to switch between just 2 bass notes either, you can switch between a bunch of bass notes. What I did there is I took one of the old examples that we had where we did a swing thing over the E. And I turned it into a bossa nova. Or samba, rather. And it's useful to try to get all these things across a bunch of different styles. So go ahead and mess around with that, you guys, and see you next time. We'll get a little bit more complicated next time.